What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PlayStation Forecast, episode 33. I am, and until proven otherwise, your host, Alex Derrickson. Got a little tangled up there on the words. It's been another glorious 7 days. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm feeling a lot better, if you couldn't tell. Hopefully, I won't be stricken with a coughing bonanza like I was last week. Thank you to everyone that endured that, both in the audio and video formats. Been good. I decided I changed it up this week. Usually it's me in a fine, water, like from an ice mountain, maybe an Aquafina. Never that Desanti shit, like Dasani water. It's garbage, whatever it is. Don't even bother to learn to pronounce it. It's trash water. I changing it up this week. I got some faithful agua, next to me down here on ye old ground of the spare bedroom. But went with a nice beer today, a nice local IPA. Not that you guys actually care what I'm drinking while I do this, but it's mine and my wife's 2-year wedding anniversary today as I record this, and I thought, you know what, I've earned it. Change it up a little bit, loosen the joints, grease the wheels, have a good fun show, because it's a slow news week this week, And seems that as we get closer to the holidays, it's not going to get any. I don't think it's going to expand. I mean, we got the Game Awards coming up. Paris Games Week came and went with a whisper, like a fart in the wind, And so we got the Game Awards. We got the Kind of Funny Games Showcase. After that, I don't know. I think that's going to feel like it in terms of the announcements. We hunker down, we gear up for Game of the Year, and then it's 2019, and we wash, rinse, repeat until it's February. So I'm focusing now, trying to hit the games that I've missed so far. I got into Project Stream, still haven't touched that. I really do want to get to Red Dead before the year's over, but not entirely sure on that. If that's going to be the case, you'd think I would have had Detroit finished by now, but like I said, ongoing thing here. This week though, I'm got a little horse. Started a little horse here, but this last few days, really the last 3 days, I got sucked into something. Everybody, I got sucked into a little game. You may have heard of it. You may, if you follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/pressx2alex, you may have heard me talk about it. But I have found me a dark horse for Game of the Year. Now it's not. It's not. I want to make that clear. It's not Game of the Year. But it will show up, my guess, me notwithstanding, it will show up on no fewer than 3 Game of the Year finalists across 3 different sites or platforms. But that weekend long Tetris Effect demo, that was okay. So if you follow me on Twitter, you may have seen my Tetris stance, and that's I'm not anti Tetris per se. I've just never given a shit about it. I was never any good at it. I never wanted to get good at it because it's one of those things where when I'm not good at something, I'm just not good at it in perpetuity. I'm not satisfied with the loop to want to get better. If you follow me, you know what I mean. So Tetris Effect comes along, and it's this hybrid of Tetris and Luminous and Res, and it's all of these additional components, this meringue whipped together into one of the most just transcendent and transformative experiences I have had in recent memory as a gamer, if not all time. It is an experience. I was terrible at it. at first, just from the jump, right at go. I was bad. I was like an untrained horse in the Kentucky Derby. The gates just open. I'm running the other way. There's shit behind me. I'm just pissing everywhere. It was bad, right? But like the music kicked in, and the different layer was peeled back on that, and like it added a beat. It added the lyrics as I cleared these lines. The effects started having these particle effects on screen were going through, and there's just this dance that I was playing as I cleared line after line through the first level in the journey mode, and then I'd fail, and I'd be like, now normal Tetris, I'd be like, cool, I Tetristed, let's close that and never do it again. With this, I'm like, no, I want to hear more of that song. I want to experience more of these visuals. It's such a great, refreshing, just hypnotic take on it's a classic. Tetris is a classic, but it's an old classic. It's what propelled the Game Boy to handheld stardom. And what Tetris Effect does is it borders on almost inconceivable to me to make to something come along to be like, hey, here's this new take on Tetris, and it's like, all right, I've heard that before, Puyo Puyo, and it's like, no, you play it and you experience it. So now, the reason I think this is such a big deal, because it is, I make no bones about it, Tetris Effect is a big ass deal. The reason I know it's a big ass deal is I'm feeling this way about it, having not played it in VR, having not played it with headphones. So really, that's two of the things it recommends you do when you boot the game up. It's like, hey, don't have epilepsy, and also wear headphones and probably play this in VR. And I did one of those three things, and that was not have epilepsy. However, the flashing lights are quite affecting. So just a heads up about that. That could be something that could really like deter or just turn you off from it entirely. But it's so satisfying, and it's this just unbelievable loop. I described it on Twitter. I said I kept wanting to solve this riddle. I wanted to crack this nut. I was Lane Meyer and Better Off Dead, and this game was my K-12. Like I had to figure it out. I had to learn it because I wanted to experience more of it. I wanted to see what was behind that first door, then that second door, then that third door. All the while just being taken on this journey of gorgeous visuals and like just art. It's just art. It's Tetris art. And I am unbelievably in love with this game, and I'm so sad the demo was only for the weekend because I just wanted to come home from work and wind down and play more Tetris Effect demo. Just the demo. So it comes out this week. I think it's out on the 9th, which is Friday? Yes. It's arguably a day one pickup for me. Like, I don't know how I won't get this. The problem with it, though, is I have so many other things I want to play that I could find myself losing a lot of time in this. But I can't talk. I could talk more about just the demo for Tetris Effect, but I wanted to throw that out there that I've played this. It is legit. If you miss the demo, don't even worry about it. I can't recommend this enough. If you liked Luminous, if you liked Rez, or if you liked Tetris, not even all three, not 2 out of the 3, just 1 out of the 3, please experience Tetris Effect. If you have a VR, you're doing yourself a disservice if you don't plan on picking this game up. It's unbelievable. And like I said, I think it is a Game of the Year candidate. It is not a winner. I think it'll show up, like I said, on no fewer than 3 outlets nominees list. Not gonna win. But good lord, Tetris Effect is incredible. That's what I did this week, outside of my usual palate cleansers. But I was kind of holding off on getting into any other more games, because I'm staving off the backlog. I really do want to get into it, like, for the rest of the year. I do want to do Project Stream while I have it through January. I want to play Red Dead, and I want to try and get my hands on Celeste, because I feel like those those are the like Detroit and then the three I just mentioned are really, I think, the gaps in my 2018 in terms of if I'm gonna sit there and figure out like what I would pick as a game of the year. I think those are the ones I'm missing the most. So eventually want to get in there, play those. Maybe if I was really hoping to like check out Black Ops 4, just the blackout mode, just to say that I did it. But I don't think that's necessarily in the cards. But we're gonna move on from this week recap here and get into the rigmarole because I have more stuff to talk about, both news and non-news alike. So this is the PlayStation Forecast, and it does come to you each and every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time here on youtube.com/pressx to Alex and podcast services around the globe. And if you like what you hear and you want your voice to be heard just as much as mine is, then you can write in to psforms.pressxtoalex.com, where you can submit questions, comments, news stories, opinions, whatever, and we can talk it out like adults do. Because doing this myself gets lonely, and I want, like I said, it's all about fostering a community. I think we're getting there, but we're not there yet, and I can't do it without you. But also, if you want to support the show, this little labor of love is entirely self-produced and self-funded by myself. So the best thing you can do is share it on the internet. Tell your friends about it. Show it to your neighbor, I guess. I don't know. But on your podcast service of choice, be sure to subscribe. Write a review. Review it on Apple Podcasts. Even if you don't listen to it there and you have access to iTunes or Apple Podcasts, a 5-star review and a written blurb helps out a ton. Subscribing there helps out a bunch. Just the same as subscribing, commenting, liking the video on YouTube does as well. All of these things affect it as much, if not more, than just listening or watching. So I appreciate it so much. That extra step just pushes it a step further. The biggest thing, though, of course, is always sharing it. Everyone needs a PlayStation podcast. Why not let it be this one? Why not let me spout my opinions? That is that. So housekeeping, no new videos this week. Outside of this, I don't have any intentions of putting some up. Like I said, there's the doggone golfing one. There's Pooh's Home Run Derby. I've been holding off because Extra Life has the big game day. The first Saturday in November has come and gone. I can no longer. I tried in 2015. I think I did like 12 hours of a 24 and just pooped out real quick. I can no longer do Extra Life on the actual game day itself because it always falls on or around my wedding anniversary, and trying to be like, let me play games for 24 hours. Bye. Doesn't work for me. Doesn't work in the schedule of being a dad and all the other things. So what I'm going to do, starting probably sometime this month, I'm aiming for next week. I want to have a calendar up by the end of this week. But between now and December, I will be doing streams of various lengths on certain days of games, whether they're backlog games I think you should be playing, stuff that I'm sitting on because I just have a box of games sitting next to me that I really need to get to. That's what I was looking at if you're watching the video version. And we're going to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network for the kids. Specifically for me, my local one will be Cincinnati Children's Hospital. So, yikes. There we go. All better. I want to raise my goal is 250 without even having done a stream yet. Just promoting this on Twitter and Facebook. We're already at 175. That is unreal to me. So for the rest of the year, between now and New Year's-ish, I'll be doing random streams here. Well, not random. They'll be scheduled. They'll be randomly selected. I'm going to get a calendar up. But if you want to donate before I start doing the streams, you can at tinyurl.com/TPSF donate. So it's tinyurl.com TPSF PlayStation Forecast donate. I'll put the link. It's going to be right at the top of the episode description of both the YouTube video and the audio file. So you can find those there. It would mean the world to me throwing a couple bucks, and because the kids need the money more than I ever could. You know, there's no reason anyone, young or old, needs to endure what we're raising money for, what these kids have to deal with on a daily basis, what their families have to go through. It's I can't imagine it, especially coming from a parent's perspective. So it's the least I can do to give back and, you know, do something that I enjoy and hopefully provide an entertaining product for you while we support a really good cause and hopefully affect and change some lives. So the link is tinyurl.com/tpsf donate. That'll be in the episode description on the video version. So if you're watching the video version, just look down. It'll be there in the description, first thing. And if you're listening to the audio version, again, episode description, first link there. So, and I appreciate everyone's support so far. Having raised 175 in like less than a day, really, or about 2 days, has been unreal. I haven't even, like I said, just through talking about it has been great. I would love to see that support come through even more so. I want to do little fun goals, fun things as we do this throughout the rest of the year. But I thought this would be a good way to round out the year, do something really good for the holidays. So that's the housekeeping, which means take a drink of beer, take a drink of water, clear this throat, because without further ado, let's get into the news. Now, you've been warned. This is a lighter news week. There's pockets, there's bits that we're going to pick from here. First bit of news are your free PlayStation Plus games for November. Now, these were announced last week, but right after the last week's episode launched, because I can't have nice things. This is from James Hallahan on the PlayStation blog. First up, Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. Get the definitive Bulletstorm experience, which includes all existing Bulletstorm add-ons plus brand new exclusive content. Play as Grayson Hunt, who crash lands on an abandoned resort planet. You have two choices, survival or revenge. This game is over the top fun at its best. I thought this game is over the top fun. Next up is Yakuza Kiwami. Get reintroduced to the Dragon of Dojima, Kazumu Not doing it. Because the up-and-coming Yakuza who takes the fall for the murder of a crime boss, only to emerge from prison 10 years later to a changed world. This game has been visually enhanced for 4K and retains all of the great action role-playing. This month's PS Plus lineup also includes the Jackbox Party Pack 2 for PS3, Arcado series on PS3, Burly Minute C on PS Vita, cross-buy with PS4 and an easy-ass Platinum, and Roundabout on PS Vita, cross-buy with PS4. Also, a friendly reminder for fans of H1Z1, we have the PlayStation Plus Blue Shift Pack. This pack is perfect for players of any skill level. It includes the Blue AR-15 Schematic Pro Gamer Hoodie and Blue Marine Off-Roader, all free for PS Plus members. That pack ends on November 13th. So by the time you hear this, these games should be available. I believe they kick off here on the 6th. So you got those. I'm excited about Yakuza. It gives me an excuse to dive in without having to spend any money on it. But most importantly, it shows that November leak from a month ago was right. I talked Burly Minute C's Platinum was something I got earlier this year. Really easy. It's a really cute, like, little papercraft story. I really enjoyed it. I think it's like 12 playthroughs, but it doesn't take any time to do. Really, really fun game. Each playthrough is a little different every time too, which is nice. Next news story, another small one, sticking with the PlayStation blog, where our man Ramon Russell is letting us know about MLB The Show 19, and the cover athlete is Bryce Harper. So, interesting thing about that is Bryce Harper's a free agent. So it says here, so what jersey will Bryce champion on the final cover of MLB The Show 19? Follow the show to see what the future holds for baseball's most exciting free agent and what jersey he'll be wearing on the show 19. On this promotional cover art they show, he is wearing a hoodie. So, nothing there. If you want to pre-order the show 19, if you pre-order from the PlayStation Store, you'll get 10 standard packs, 1 gold player choice pack, 5,000 stubs, and an instant reward, Bryce Harper MVP flashback card for MLB The Show 18. If you pre-order from GameStop or EB Games, it's 10 standard packs, 1 Gear Up choice pack, and 1 gold player choice pack. And from all other retailers, it is 10 standard packs and 1 gold player choice pack. They also announced the Gone Yard edition, which is a GameStop EB Games exclusive. So this will retail for $99.99 US dollars or $129.99 Canadian. Let's see, this year we wanted to create a truly unique collector's edition baseball hat. To do so, we've partnered with New Era once again to create a limited Gone Yard 950 commemorative snapback hat. Gone Yard edition includes 1 New Era Gone Yard edition 950 hat, a limited edition steelbook, Digital Diamond Dynasty New Era Gone Yard Edition 950 hat for in-game use, 1 Prestige Gear Up Choice Pack, choose 1 of 30 Diamond Flashbacks, 15,000 stubs, 20 Standard Packs, 1 Classic Stadium, and 30 Custom Avatars. There's also the Digital Deluxe Edition, a PS Store exclusive, which is a 1 Prestige Gear Up Choice Pack, choose 1 of 30 Diamond Flashbacks, 15,000 stubs, 1 Ballin' is a Habit pack, choose 1 Classic Stadium, 30 Standard Packs, and 30 Custom Avatars. There's also the MLB The Show 19 MVP Edition, which is going to be $69.99. The Digital Deluxe Edition is $99.99 US dollars, $129.99 Canadian. Forgot to mention that. MLB The Show 19 MVP Edition will retail in the US for $69.99 or $89.99 Canadian. The MVP Edition includes the Prestige Player Gear Up Choice Pack. You can choose 1 of 30 Diamond Flashbacks, 6,000 stubs, choose 1 Classic Stadium, 10 Standard Packs, and 30 Custom Avatars. Let's see here. All right. And that is that on MLB The Show. Lots of additions. And we don't know what the cover guy is going to be, what jersey he's going to be wearing yet. So that's exciting. My money is on the Cubs. Next news. Red Dead sold real good. This is from Gabe Gerwin at IGN. That is not the actual headline. Red Dead Redemption 2 had the largest opening weekend for any entertainment product in history, managing to sell through $725 million in copies over just 3 days. It's actually the second highest grossing entertainment launch, although Rockstar won't be too unhappy with that, given that the record holder is Grand Theft Auto 5. The discrepancy between the biggest opening weekend and biggest overall launch comes down to the fact that the last GTA was released on a Tuesday. Given that Grand Theft Auto 5 was initially released on Xbox 360 and PS3, this means Red Dead Redemption 2 now holds the record for the largest launch of the console generation. Rockstar Games did not share the exact unit sales for Red Dead Redemption 2, but the sell-through numbers suggest it's more than 10 million. These numbers represent the total sales to customers rather than those from the publisher to retailers. Additionally, Red Dead Redemption 2 had the largest launch sales of any game released on the PlayStation Network to date, and it was the most pre-ordered game of all time on the PlayStation Network. So, no surprise there. I'm a little staggered. I'm knocked back. I'm shaken, a little rattled at what GTA 5 do. A bill? A million with a B, otherwise known as a bamillion. And this comes in three quarters of that. GTA got started on a Tuesday. I think I cleared that thing out of my throat. You're welcome. I'm appreciative. So GTA starts with $1 billion, starting on a Tuesday. Red Dead's coming in hot on a Friday, pulling 750 mil. I did not. If you told me Red Dead 2 was going to do 75% what GTA was going to do in its first kind of like launch window period, I would have said you were nuts. I would not have said that. I wouldn't have lowballed it at like half, but I would have been like 66%. Met him in the middle, 2/3. Because, there is that base that is hyped. There's that word of mouth. It's the fact that it's dominating. If you're a dork like me or like yourself, listening to video game podcasts, it's dominated the conversation cycle of almost every single video game podcast on podcast services, save for this one, minus news related things. If you watch gameplay videos of it, it's incredibly enticing. It's the most gorgeous looking game I've ever seen. And so it's that sort of like, it's that hook. It's such a giant baited hook, and everybody just wants to put their mouths on it, and they're okay. They're just like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm getting reeled in. It's cool. And we're not even at the point where, Red Dead Online is going to be its chief moneymaker, right? This is just Red Dead Redemption base level, nothing extra, just the 60-hour plus game. Go $750 million. That's absurd. So Rockstar did it again, everybody. Sticking with Rockstar, but heading over to Jason Schreier at Kotaku. British website is forced to pay $1.3 million over a Red Dead Redemption 2 leak. The British website Trusted Reviews today was Thursday. Pulled an article, apologized to publisher Take-Two Games, and said it was donating £1 million, or $1.3 million US dollars, to charity after publishing leaked information about Red Dead Redemption 2 in February of this year. It's a radical move that raises serious questions about editorial independence and legal threats against the press. Trusted Reviews, which is owned by TI Media, formerly Time Inc. UK, is a technology website that publishes deals and reviews. In February, it published an article sourcing a leaked internal Rockstar document that listed the details from Red Dead Redemption 2, which would come out 8 months later. The article contained a list of bullet points that claimed, among other things, that you'd be able to play all of Red Dead 2 in first person, true, and the online component would have a battle royale mode, to be determined. Now, that article is gone. Quote, on February 6th, 2018, we published an article that was sourced from a confidential corporate document, the website now reads. We should have known this information was confidential and should not have published it. We unreservedly apologize to Take-Two Games, and we have undertaken not to repeat such actions again. We've also agreed to donate over £1 million to charities chosen by Take-Two Games. End quote. The editor-in-chief of Trusted Reviews did not immediately respond to a request for comment, but in an email statement, a Rockstar spokesperson confirmed that this was the result of litigation, saying, quote, Take-Two takes security seriously and will take legal action against people or publications who leak confidential information. Because this situation involved information about Red Dead Redemption 2, Rockstar Games directed the settlement funds to these three great charities: the American Indian College Fund, the American Prairie Reserve, and the First Nations Development Institute, end quote. It's not clear whether Trusted Reviews violated any British or American laws in obtaining the Rockstar document, or if Take-Two went after the website for publishing information that was leaked to them. Either way, it's unusual to see an independent editorial outlet apologize for reporting on leaked information, a common occurrence in all fields of media. Of course, the legal costs for defending oneself can often make the act of litigation itself punishment enough. This incident raises a whole lot of questions and offers very few clear answers. So there's not a lot of information there aside from like choice and consequence. Trusted Reviews puts this article up with confidential information, with leaks regarding Red Dead, and Take-Two's like, take that down, we're going to sue you. And they're like, better yet, we'll take it down and you don't sue us and we'll donate to charity. Leaks are such a prominent thing, though. You know, like every E3, Ubisoft's conference gets released, or someone works on Tomb Raider on a train. It's not uncommon for this to occur, but it's uncommon for there to be a punishment levied against a site that's just trying to do its job, which leads me to believe they weren't supposed to post that. That whether there was like an NDA involved, or they could pull, they thought they could pull like a sly one. I'm not sure. I don't know if we'll hear more from this story, but a lot of people have raised the question, like, does this not portend well for video games journalism? And maybe it doesn't. Maybe this is just like a, hey, we got this leak and we're going to share it because it's our job, and Take-Two's just flexing their lawsuit muscles because they have the two best-selling pieces of entertainment ever, and they can just sue you for life. And, you know, you won't be able to sustain those court costs or those legal fees to battle them, so it's best to just concede. It's hard to tell what the case is there. Whether it's, you know, the former or the latter, and that maybe Trusted Reviews did something, you know, duplicitous, or if Take-Two is just kind of sitting there being like, check this out, and kicking some sand at people. So I don't know if we'll hear more from that story. That's just kind of, I don't know. We don't know a lot, but as Mr. Schreier says in the article, it definitely raises more questions than it answers. Next bit of news, and proof that it's a slow news week. Y'all can buy PlayStation furniture. Told you it was a slow week. This is from Brian Miller at the PlayStation blog. All right, here we go. You can game anywhere, of course, but creating a unique place to play that celebrates your passion for PlayStation while being stylish and comfortable at the same time, that's not just a nice to have, but a rite of passage for any hardcore gamer. Until now, the extent we are able to interior design with a touch of PlayStation polish has been limited to mindful displays of PlayStation game cases, strategically placed PlayStation consoles, and the gratuitous placement of other PlayStation products. Until now, that is. Welcome to the stage and your living room, the new PB Teen collection inspired by PlayStation. This is Pottery Barn? Yeah, PB, right? That'd be Pottery Barn, right? PlayStation's partnering with Pottery Barn. The pairing we've been wanting. Jesus. All right, now you can tastefully dress your living room or other video game sanctum in true PlayStation style with PlayStation-inspired furniture and home goods. If you're ready to level up your pad, you can order now from the PB Teen collection inspired by PlayStation. Now, let's answer the all-important question of, is PBT? Yep, PBT is Pottery Barn. So we got that. There are some wall shelves. There's a beanbag chair. There's actually a really nice looking coffee table. I don't know if it's $400 nice, but it's a nice looking table. Let's see, we got some icon wall lights, the triangle, circle, and the cross, and the square. The little wall shelves are kind of cool. They got little hooks on them. Looks like they can hold your DualShock. These shelves, however, are being displayed with PS2 games. That's interesting, including an iToy game. And NFL Game Day 2004. Let's see. SingStar Queen. Another iToy game. So the picture on display here are these shelves with iToy and mostly old sports games on PS2. Then the table looks pretty cool. There's like an entertainment stand. It all looks really nice. It looks like nice, good quality stuff. But that's just where we're at in the news, right? Where we don't have, new games to announce. So here's a table. There's also some new figures, or new statues rather. There's a Days Gone one of Deacon St. John disemboweling a freaker, and then there is a Kratos and Atreus one that's real cute. But those aren't part of the Pottery Barn collection. Those are separate, but it's all in the same article. Yeah, told you guys. Slow news week. PlayStation tables. Next news. This came out today. Just when you thought Fortnite couldn't get any bigger, Engadget is here to tell you how wrong you are. As the Fortnite Twitter account told me how wrong I was in saying that it couldn't get any bigger by now partnering with the NFL. Epic Games has landed this is from Chris Holt at Engadget. Epic Games has landed a major partnership for Fortnite. It's bringing the National Football League into the fold. Starting Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, you'll be able to buy NFL team outfits. I love that they're outfits. I feel like they would just stick with uniforms, but outfits. From the Battle Royale item shop, which you can customize with any of the NFL's 32 team uniforms, as well as a Fortnite team, and add your own squad number from 1 to 99. Motherfucker, where's my 00? The NFL cosmetics don't stop there, as there will be gliders, emotes, and resource harvesting tools with a football theme, while you can also pick up a referee outfit. While it's the first instance of Epic adding branded outfits to the game, this is not the first time it's forged a partnership with other companies for Fortnite. Earlier this year, it teamed up with Marvel to add a limited time mode where you could play as the MCU's big bad Thanos. So just Fortnite continues to exceed all expectations in terms of how popular it could be. I constantly underestimate how popular Fortnite is, or how much more popular it can become. I keep waiting for that moment, right, where they're going to do some partner deal that's just not quite it, not quite what, not necessarily tone deaf, but not in line with their base. And I don't know if it's going to be like when the parents start doing something and stops being cool, but they just constantly keep getting bigger. And it's almost, when I first read it, the first thing that crossed through my mind was the NFL's trying to get a new base, right? Like their ratings are down, the in-game attendance is down. It's constantly being marred in controversy because of the football man doesn't want to stand for the flag. And I'm not trying to dumb down that. I just think it's a unnecessary controversy and peaceful protest. This isn't a political podcast, but it's the NFL's constantly being held under this fire, right? It's constantly having its feet under this fire. So as one generation starts to leave, they need to fill that hole, and what better way to do it than partnering with the biggest game in the world, Coffin Bonanza. All right. And it's just unfathomable to me that when I first saw Fortnite in the Save the World mode, I would have never sat there and been like, yeah, they'll pivot. They'll pivot and become the biggest thing in the universe. Like, all these kids are going to be able to do the floss dance, like it's just ingratiated on them from some sort of hive mind. And it's going to be in the Little League World Series and transcend all popular medium sports and otherwise. But here we are. And it's not going away. It's just getting bigger. And it's that game that when I go to work, which is a job that primarily deals with Excel sheets and numbers, I hear people talk about Fortnite who don't talk about video games. Who, when I go up to them and I'm like, video games? And they're like, no. I'm hearing Fortnite conversations, and I want to get in those conversations because it's like, you're talking about that thing I like. But they're like, yeah, but not that thing. And it's like, curse. But it's not going, right now, it does not seem like it's going anywhere. Like I said, eventually a misstep will happen or the next new cool thing will occur. But what an appropriate time, too, on the heels of Blackout being a big thing with Black Ops 4. Still trying to stay with that kid base, that understanding of who's playing your game is just something epic. It's just absolutely crushed since they launched Battle Royale mode for Fortnite. Like they get their base, they understand the entire scale of their demographic, and all of these partnerships and deals and inclusions and adjustments just constantly make sense. And you can play it on everything for free. So 1 year later, year and a half later, maybe? Yeah, about a year and a half later now. Still the biggest thing. I mean, it ate PUBG's lunch. You haven't heard anything about concurrent like dents being made from Black Ops or anything like that. It's hanging in there, and it's not going anywhere. So it's still the king, and it just keeps getting bigger partnerships. Back to the slow news here at GamesIndustry.biz, where Sony has licensed the PSVR headset for Lenovo VR headset. So they licensed the PSVR design. This is from Rebecca Valentine at GamesIndustry.biz. Sony and Lenovo have announced a 2-year licensing deal that will give Lenovo the rights to use the PSVR's industrial design for its own headset. Lenovo will use the patented design to improve its Mirage Solo headset, which shipped earlier this year and is visually already similar to the PSVR. Quote, "We are pleased to announce that we have licensed the PSVR headset design to Lenovo," end quote, said Sony Chief Legal Officer Riley Russell. The industrial design for PSVR has been widely acclaimed, and that was the result of years of hard work by PlayStation engineers. This agreement with Lenovo is a testament to the quality of PSVR's design, as well as SIE's commitment to creating great virtual reality experiences and helping the VR industry expand. The article continues, quote, "Lenovo is pleased to partner with Sony," added Lenovo VP of Product and Business Management Yao Li. "Continuing the preeminence of the PSVR design is obvious. This agreement will allow us to work together to greatly enhance the design, sophistication, and appeal of the rapidly expanding VR field. And it's an outstanding example of how great consumer brands in the VR industry can work together to benefit the consumer VR market." I don't have much to say. After that, just threw it in there because it's gamesindustry.biz. You gotta discuss the business side of things sometimes. And I don't know. I don't have a VR. I can't really contribute to the VR conversation. Play Tetris Effect. Last bit of news before we get into the wrap up of things. From Colin Stevens at IGN, Titanfall 3 and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order could be out by late 2019. According to some prepared remarks from EA, it appears Respawn Entertainment will have multiple games released by holiday 2019, which may include Titanfall 3 and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. It is in these prepared remarks, EA revealed that there are new projects underway across multiple studios, quote, including games from Respawn that are slated to launch by next holiday season, end quote. When Respawn was acquired by EA in 2017, both groups revealed that the studio was working on several projects, including an Oculus Rift VR game that was announced in 2017, a third Titanfall game, and a third-person Star Wars title that was revealed to be Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order at E3 2018. The wording in these prepared remarks suggests that there will be at least 2 games coming out of Respawn by holiday 2019, though it's unclear if these include 2 or more of the aforementioned projects, or possibly even a currently unannounced project. Regardless, the prospect of having Fallen Order and or Titanfall 3 released within are just a bit beyond released within released within or just a bit beyond the next year is exciting. So yeah, I looked up what Respawn was working on currently, and it's Jedi Fallen Order. They've said Titanfall 3 is a thing that's going to happen. And then there's unannounced VR game, which is the Oculus Rift game. So I mean, if they're anticipating two releases by holiday 2019, one would think, I would say it's Titanfall 3 and then the VR game. But I don't work at Respawn, so I don't know for certain. I would like to think that they won't put both games out in the same season, if it is those two, because I really feel like EA constantly sends Titanfall out to die. Either by launching it, no offense to Xbox One, but launching it exclusive to Xbox One with no story mode, and then launching Titanfall 2 on all platforms with a story mode, but the same like between Battlefield and Call of Duty. I don't think Titanfall. I've never played it. Feels like a very mechanically sound game. It seems like it's pretty critically revered. Often forgotten though, except from like really true diehard Titanfall fans. I've been told many times to play Titanfall 2. Maybe one day. It's always $8, so I can, if I ever got just a Hamilton burning a hole in my pocket, I'll get Titanfall 2 and then take the two Washingtons out to a nice dinner. But yeah, it's cool, exciting. I would love a third, like a third person action adventure Star Wars game. The sooner the better. We're getting really deep into EA's partnership. It's got like 5 years left with the Star Wars license, and they've only put out two games, and then canceled two games. And then the two games they've launched have just been Battlefronts, and those have been received so well. Uh, I don't know. I think if it is Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, that seems really rushed since the only time we've heard about it is like that EA, I think it was EA, the E3 announcement. They just walked out and like, this is the Star Wars game. Then here's the title. It's the picture of the title. Bye. Uh, so I don't know. It seems, I don't know if Respawn even has the team to launch two games at once, and maybe Titanfall's further along. I don't know. I have no idea for sure. Uh, but yeah, we'll see in holiday 2019 if we have a Titanfall and a Star Wars game on our hand, or like I said, I think safe money is Titanfall and the VR game. I'd be shocked if we're staring down the shelves and there's Titanfall 3 and Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order right there. Next are your new games and dates. Path of Exile is coming to PS4 this December. Mutant Year Zero is coming to PS4 December 4th. And Tower Princess, which is a 3D platformer with roguelike mechanics, is coming to PS4 in 2020. Early 2020. Before we get into the draw, no, we'll save this. But those are the games that are coming out much later in some instances. But if you want to pause this show, go to the PlayStation Store and see what's available today, then we need to do the drop. So here are your new releases for November 6th, 2018, unless stated otherwise. 11/11 Memories Retold comes to PS4 Digital November 9th. 11th November 1916, a young photographer leaves Canada to join the Western Front in Europe. The same day, a German technician is told that his son is missing in action. Both want to preserve their humanity and come back alive to their loved ones. That cover tells me nothing, though. I thought they were birds at first. Carnival Games comes to PS4 Digital and Retail. Like a real-life county fair, Carnival Games bursts with exciting mini-games that you can play over and over. Classic mini-games such as shooting basketballs, swish, and taking down unfriendly clowns, clowning around, are joined by brand new attractions like flying drone racing, Lightspeed, and cosmic bowling, Cosmic Strike. With 20 total games, Carnival Games is a fantastic time for all. Now they say it's like a real life county fair, but is government mule playing? Is there going to be Uncle Cracker? Will we get some sort of headlining tour of Korn? These are all the questions that I would ask, as I'm pretty sure Uncle Cracker at least has come to my county fair before. Grew up in Kentucky, weird things happen. Daracine. It's French. PS4, digital and retail. Retail version is a GameStop exclusive. Daracine is a brand new story adventure created by the renowned Bloodborne developer From Software. Available exclusively on PSVR. Period. As a spirit in a secluded boarding school, the player must prove its existence and build a unique bond with the students as the world is uncovered through discovery and exploration. As the mystery of the story unfolds, the spirit must travel in time to change the fate of the pupils. GURP is coming to PS4. Sorry. Grip. Grip is coming to PS4 digital and retail. Harnessing gravity, defying physics alongside a bristling arsenal of outlandish weapons, Grip develops the fastest, most competitive racing. I almost said GURP again. Grip delivers the fastest, most competitive racing experience ever. Scale walls, ceilings, and anything else you can get your tires onto as you master tantalizing tracks, tricks, and perform mind-blowing stunts to race your way across the cosmos. There was Jagged Alliance Rage, but that has a line through it, and the release date's been postponed. Nekopara Volume 1 comes to PS4 digital. Oh, God. Minaduki Cashew leaves a family-run traditional Japanese... We did this last week. Here we are again. Minaduki Cashew leaves a family-run traditional Japanese sweets wagashi shop and opens his own cake shop, La Solile, a pâtissier. However, inside the luggage sent from the house was a mixture of human look-alike Nikos, chocolate, and vanilla. He tried to send them back, but their desperate appeal for his sympathy, Cashew went one step back. He tried to send them back, but their desperate appeal for his sympathy, Cashew went one step back, period. Eventually, La Solile has opened with a person and two Nikos. The heartful Nico comedy with two Nikos doing their best while making some mistakes is open for business. Noir Chronicles, City of Crime comes to PS4 November 9th. Step into the shoes of Alfred Fox, a private eye with a knack for getting into trouble, and confront the danger looming over your old flame, Barbara Lepure. Barbara Lepure. Using your own intuition and wide investigation techniques, you will follow the intrigue and face many, sometimes deadly, consequences. Omen of Sorrow comes to PS4 digital and retail. Clear your mind, clench your fists, and get ready for a wicked battle. Powered by Unreal Engine 4, Omen of Sorrow delivers a deep 2D battle system inspired by the classics, bringing back the edge, mindset, and philosophy rooted in the genre's arcade legacy. Taking it to the next level with innovative features and fighting mechanics, join the battle, conquer darkness. Road Redemption, not to be confused with Road Dode Redemption, is coming to PS4 digital November 6th. Road Redemption is an action racing game where you lead your motorcycle gang on an epic journey of pursuit, blood, and speed. Through your travels, you will upgrade your character, bike, and weapons by completing races, assassinations, robberies, and more. The shape-shifting Detective comes to PS4 digital and retail. This is from the people that made The Infectious Madness of Dr. Decker. So if you like FMV games, Shape-Shifting Detective is going to be up your alley. The Shape-Shifting Detective is a supernatural noir murder mystery FMV game. Play as a detective and investigate the murder by shape-shifting into any character, even the next victim. Sky Time comes to PS4 digital November 5th and is probably the worst cover art for the week. In Sky Time, you are a scientist who lost their family in an avalanche and are trying to get them back. You created a time machine, but it was missing one key component, a reactor core to power it. You stole one from the evil private military company Mortec and are now being chased. Can you outrun them? This is half the premise to Back to the Future. Star Bear Taxi comes to PSVR digital, available in US and Canada only. A fast-paced VR narrative title that really delivers. Race a spaceship taxi around Star Bear's tiny futuristic city to deliver busy bear passengers to their desired destinations. Bears gotta be places too, you know. Steel Rats comes to PS4 digital November 7th. Wreck and ride in a visceral and groundbreaking evolution of the 2.5D action arcade genre, fusing destructive, octane-fueled motorbike combat and death-defying stunt gameplay set in a visually stylized retro future world. Switch between 4 characters, each with unique abilities as you wreak havoc fighting deadly junk bots. Watched a demo of Steel Rats. It looks kind of cool. Siren comes to PSVR digital. This is a big VR week. Siren is an intense survival horror game in which you must use your wits to navigate through a labyrinthy underwater base. In episode 1, you must use your stealth and solve puzzles to survive, while in episode 2, you must blast your way through the deadly swarm of sirens stalking you. Your Alex Derrick's Nast Game of the Week is here as Tetris Effect comes to PS4 digital and retail November 9th. Tetris Effect is Tetris like you've never seen it or heard it or felt it before. An incredible, addictive, unique, and breathtakingly gorgeous reinvention of one of the most popular puzzle games of all time from the people who brought you the award-winning Res Infinite and legendary puzzle game Luminous. Fully playable on either standard display up to 4K and 60 FPS on a PS4 Pro, or optionally in mind-blowing 3D on PSVR. The Forest comes to PS4 digital. A lot of people excited about The Forest. As the lone survivor of a passenger jet crash, you find yourself in a mysterious forest battling to stay alive against a society of cannibalistic mutants. Build, explore, and survive in this terrifying first-person survival horror simulator. Timber Tennis Versus comes to PS4 digital November 8th. Take part in the annual Timber Tennis World Championships. Use your special skills, watch out for super shots, and collect prizes to beat all the rivals and reach the grand final. Unlock all the characters, including Princess, Hipster, Boxer, and many more. Win trophies and compete in local or online multiplayer mode with your friends. Transpose comes to PSVR digital. Transpose is a dreamlike VR puzzle game set in a universe where time and gravity are used as tools to manipulate the world. By creating and working with looped recordings of their actions, players must solve increasingly complex physics puzzles in a mysterious setting where notions of space and time no longer apply. For once, a sale is lasting longer than a week, so we can do some deals for you. These deals are good until November 13th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. It is the PlayStation Plus a double discounts store sale. Let's see. 1979 Revolution Black Friday is $5.99 for PS Plus members. That is an award-winning narrative adventure game that I actually really want to play. Let's see. I'm just going to pull out some titles that stand out to me as I go through here. If you missed Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag and are a PlayStation Plus member, it is $8.99. Let's see. Battlefield Hardline is the deluxe edition's $4.99. The Forgotten Battlefield. Burnout Paradise Remastered's $8.99. Ooh, that's tempting. That's a tempting one. City Skylines is $19.99 for the base game. Then season passes and a bunch of expansions are on sale. Conan Exiles is $24.99. I hear that's an easy platinum. Let's see. Doggone Golfing is $2.49. You can watch an episode of me playing that on hard mode, which is available on youtube.com/pressxtoalex. Let's see. Dynasty Warriors 9 is $35.99. EA Sports UFC 3 is $19.79. The deluxe edition is $26.39. Eagle Flight for PSVR is $6.59. Let's going through. Far Cry 3 is 2009. Far Cry 4 is 11.99. Far Cry Primal is 14.99. Fe or Fee is 4.99. Gorogoa is 8.99 and I believe has a pretty easy platinum. Let's see. Human Fall Flat is 5.99. Jurassic World Evolution is 41.99. Still a bit outside my range of what I would want to pay for it. Mass Effect Andromeda Digital Recruit Edition is $9.99. What could have been? Let's see. Keep on going. Need for Speed is $4.99. Need for Speed Rivals is $4.99. Next Machina is $7.99. Peggle 2 is $2.99. Ooh, Peggle 2. Pyre is $7.99. If you like religious NBA Jam, Pyre is fucking sweet. Yeah, I got a little burnt out on it though, but at first, God, I was obsessed with that. South Park: The Stick of Truth is $14.99, but the South Park video game collection is $27.99. Steep is $9.89. Tacoma is $7.99. That'd probably be worth picking up. The Council, it's an episodic adventure game, is $4.89. That also might be worth checking out. There's some King of Fighters games on sale. Titanfall 2 Ultimate Edition, $9.99. Just shy of my guess of always being $8. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is $9.99. And Watch Dogs is $8.99. Watch Dogs plus Watch Dogs 2 Gold Editions bundle is $34.99. And Werewolf Within on VR is $6.59. If you want to pair up your Yakuza Kiwami, Yakuza 0 is $15.99, and Yakuza 6, The Song of Life, is $29.99. Then there's some PS3. There's a PS3 game on sale. Then there's some Vita games. None that I feel are worth mentioning. So those are your deals for you. You can check those prices out on the PlayStation blog, or you can just go to the PlayStation Store. I think they're broken out in the double discounts sales tab. Which brings us to Trophy Talk. Now remember, Trophy Talk is the part of the show where I try to find you games you can take from 0 to 100 as fast as possible, because the sanctity and trophies don't matter. But sometimes I pick some new releases too. Durasane has 0 bronze, 8 silver, 8 gold, and a platinum, so that might be pretty doable. We'll take a look there. Skytime, our worst cover art of the week winner, has 5 bronze, 13 silver, 6 gold, and a platinum. So we'll check that out. Steel Rats has a platinum. I'm not going to get it. Now here. All right, guys. Got some issues. Hitman 2 has, get ready for this, 87 bronze, 18 silver, 13 gold, and no platinum. 118 trophies Hitman 2 has, and not one of them is a platinum. Let that sink in. We have been told many times over that if you want a platinum, you just gotta ask for it, or if you want a platinum, the trophies have to hit a certain point threshold. But here we are, with 118 trophies in one game, 87 of which are bronze. And you're telling me that you couldn't get a platinum for Hitman. Now, IO Interactive, I know you're excited that you got to keep Hitman when you broke off from Square, and I think that's great. I too was excited. I think you do very good work. Hitman Go was a very, very enjoyable experience for me, but how in the fuck are you going to put a game out with 118 trophies in it, and you're not even going to offer a fat plat on that thing? Ugh. You just made the list. I do it. I would do it with my usual Jericho-esque fervor, but my son's asleep. We'll look at Steel Rats. 33 bronze, 11 silver, 2 gold, and platinum. But first, Derasane with its 17 trophies, and one of them has a platinum. Come on, Hitman. Fuck you. This actually looks like some people already have it, so that's cool. 22% of the players of Derasane already have the platinum. So accept the red ring and become a new... we're not going to get into, I guess... I'm not going to talk about spoilers but accept the red ring, obtain a timepiece, answer a call, add all the herbs to the stew, meet the headmaster, and touch the golden wand, prevent tragedy, help some characters in the music hall, perform at the recital through the music box. These all seem very story-based. I don't know how optional they are, but this definitely seems like if you have a VR, you've got a very, very, very easy platinum in Derasane. Skytime has 5 bronze, 13 silver, 6 gold, and platinum. Let's see here. There's a bronze that's just a hidden trophy. Complete public transportation within 50 seconds. Complete roundabout in 50 seconds. Fast and chill with within 70 seconds. So some timing stuff. Complete the tutorial. Complete the game. Another hidden trophy. Then it looks like it's just a lot of destroy stuff. And then completing more things in an amount of time. So contingent on the game itself. That one seems like that might be doable. Then we'll look at Steel Rats for our last one here. Steel Rats again. 33 bronze, 11 silver, 2 gold, and a platinum. I'm getting PB Teen ads everywhere now. Great. Complete various districts. Finish the game. Unlock all rewards. Unlock rest of the characters. Finish a level where drones appear without killing them. After unlocking the wheel saw, finish a level without ever, in all caps, using it. Be chased by one spinner for 15 seconds. So it looks like some more tactical-based stuff. Some skill-based stuff. Drive 1,000 meters while being attached to pipes in total. Then it's a lot of kill an amount of, or spend an amount of. Find the hidden jukebox. So finding hidden jukeboxes too. That one looks like it's got some work involved, but people are already popping the trophies for them. So not for the platinum itself, but people are already getting trophies for the game. So not really sure on the challenge level of that, but those are your trophies for this week, which means we're reached the end. Thank you all for joining me. This has been the PlayStation Forecast, and it does come to you each and every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on youtube.com/pressx2alex and podcast services all over the world. Again, Extra Life 2018 is a thing that I will be doing, so keep your eyes peeled to my Twitter at twitter.com/pressx2alex, which if you're watching the video version, you can see it there. Again, all these links are available in the episode description, including the Extra Life donation page. If you want to write into the show, you can get your voice heard at psforms.pressx2alex.com. And remember, however you take this show in, thank you so much. It means the world to me. But please be sure to subscribe. Helps it get found. Share it wherever you can. Put it on Twitter. Share it with various news outlets if you so choose. And the PS4 subreddit and other places that could help get more eyes on and ears on this show. With that being said, that is it for me this week. Thank you all again joining me for the 33rd consecutive week. Here's to 33 more. Until next time, do the thing.